Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into a big one, Salesforce's Platform Developer II certification. So you're a seasoned developer, and you're ready to prove you can think like an architect and build seriously robust solutions? Well, this is for you. All right, let's jump right in.
And look, let's be real, the pressure for this thing is insane. So many candidates feel it, especially when you're juggling a full-time job. It's totally natural to want to find the fastest way to pass. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But you gotta be careful, because some of those shortcuts can seriously backfire.
And that's where we hit this really important idea. You've got exam dumps on one side, which is basically just trying to memorize a bunch of leaked questions. On the other hand, you have real practice tests, which are all about building those problem-solving muscles. And trust me, the exam is built specifically to sniff out who did which.
So that really gets us to the heart of the matter when it comes to the PDII exam. This isn't just a trivia quiz. It's a test of your technical judgment, your architectural thinking. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you think.
So what is this exam really testing? I mean, look at what it's all about. It's about whether you can actually design and build stuff that works in the real world, with all its messy constraints like governor limits, maintainability, and performance. It's about applying your skills, not just regurgitating facts.
Okay, so the exam breaks down into these 5 main areas. You've got everything from advanced developer fundamentals and integration, all the way to user interface, testing, and of course, performance. See, it's not just can you write code. It's can you make the right architectural decisions.
And you have to prove all that expertise while the clock is ticking. You've only got 120 minutes to do it. That's it. So yeah, time management is absolutely critical. You can't be fast if you don't know this stuff inside and out.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's make this real, right? We're going to walk through a few sample questions so you can see exactly how this exam is going to challenge you in different situations. Okay, first up, a question on integrations. Which scenario requires a developer to use an Apex callout instead of outbound messaging? Is it A, B, C, or D? So take a second. What's the fundamental difference between these tools? The correct answer is C. The target system uses a REST API. So why is it C? Well, this one hits on a super important difference. You see, outbound messaging is a clicks not code kind of tool, but it's old school. It only speaks SOAP. So if you're dealing with a modern REST API, you've got no other option. You have to write some Apex. It's a classic case of knowing which tool to pull out of your toolbox.
All right, next question. Imagine this. A call center needs a way to guide its reps through a call script. What's the best way to build that? Following best practices, of course. Your options are approvals, flow builder, an Apex trigger, or process builder.
And yep, the answer is B, flow builder. This is a perfect example of that clicks before code mantra that Salesforce loves. I mean, sure, could you technically do this with an Apex trigger? Maybe, but it's total overkill and just not the right tool for creating a guided screen for a user. That's exactly what flow builder was made for. Okay, last one for today, and this one's about Lightning Web Components, or LWC. So how do you get one component to talk to another when a user clicks on an order? What's the right way to pass that message along? And the answer is B, firing a standard DOM event. This is the go-to, best practice way for a component to send a message up to its parent or even to components that aren't directly related. It's a fundamental pattern in web development, not just in Salesforce, and you absolutely have to know it for this exam.
So now that we've seen a few of those questions, I think it's pretty clear, right? Memorizing isn't going to cut it. You need a real strategy, one that actually builds deep practical skill. So let's talk about what that smart prep plan looks like. You know, a really solid way to do this is with a weekly study loop. It's super effective. First, pick one of those 5 domains and really dive into it. But don't just read, go build something small that uses those concepts. Then, of course, write the test for it, and wrap up the week by taking a timed practice test. This is key because it shows you where you're still weak. Then you just run some repeat. Now, for that last step, the timed practice, that's where a good exam simulator can be an absolute game changer. I mean, tools like certificationexam.com are built for exactly this. They help you get your pacing down and get used to that pressure cooker environment of the real exam. And when you're looking for a tool, you want to make sure it has the right stuff. You want an online simulator that feels like the real deal, maybe a mobile app so you can study anywhere. And for sure, timed sessions to build up that speed. And you need a ton of questions, like over 173 of them. so you know you've seen it all.
At the end of the day, passing the PDII isn't just about sticking another logo on your LinkedIn profile. It's proof. It's proving that you have the heavy-duty development skills that companies are desperately looking for. So the real question isn't just, are you ready for a test? It's, are you ready to build the skills that are really going to matter for your career?